Today's the first anniversary of my mom's passing, and I've had a few people check in on me, and it was nice. I appreciated it. Um, it's just still unbelievable to me, and I think about how it's the first anniversary of my mom's passing, and last year when it was the first anniversary of my daughter's passing on June 29th. So that was like, what, 7 days ago? Um, Last year, at that time, my mom was being placed on hospice. So it was a situation where we had like a double hit. Um, and I think about, the things people say. And I read this quote that said, actually wasn't a quote. I'm on Instagram a lot. And it was an author talking about how people would rather praise you for being a superwoman than extend care. And that struck me, because people value praise. They value praise. They love praise. They love receiving praise. They love giving praise. But honestly, praise, when you get to a certain point in your life where things have happened, where you've been traumatized, praise doesn't move the needle. It really doesn't. Like, it it's not helpful for me to hear how strong I am, or how they don't know how I could do it, how I could get up in the morning and all that kind of stuff, because those are things that I can't answer. Those are things that I don't have the energy to even wonder about for myself. Basically, I'm in survival mode still. Um, it's been 2 years um, where I've been processing the significant loss, and I'm in survival mode. And what I tell people when I have the time and when I know that I need, it's like I need help. Like, I don't need advice. I don't need people to give me advice about how to grieve, because, to be honest, they don't know. Um, unless you've lost a parent, and especially if you lost a child, that's like so specific, so traumatic. Um, there was no trauma like my daughter's final hours on this earth, and there was nothing like it. And then having to plan a funeral, things that you never anticipate doing for your child, having to do those things. So there's nothing like that. It is traumatic, and no one can really give you advice about how to process it, how to live through it, how to do anything with it. Um, Not anything that you can really use unless they've experienced it. And we know that no two experiences are the same. But what I can tell people is that I need like help, like hands-on help. And I was talking about it, and I think that's probably why people are so quick to praise. They'll, praise your strength. Um, as opposed to extending care, because extending care requires an investment. It requires that you truly give of yourself. And a lot of people don't have the capacity, don't have the time, they may not have the desire. There's a number of reasons why people, they might not even be aware that what's needed is to extend care, because we live in a culture, and the American culture is very individualistic, very focused on achievement and things like that. So The fact that you can show up and be strong despite your adversity. We think about the story of the phoenix rising from the ashes, and that type of stuff. And I've experienced it. Firsthand. People have that expectation, especially people who know me. They have that expectation of me. Kind of like Cindy. Wait, when you're gonna get up? When you're gonna rise from the ashes? And it's just kind of one of those things where I say, um, you know, I'm where I am. I am where I am. I feel what I feel. You can't coach me out of my feelings. You can't cheer me up from this. This is not a bad grade. This is not a job loss. This is not a disappointment. I didn't get the car that I wanted, the coat that I wanted. These are people who were, uh, my mom was part of my life all my life. My daughter was a part of my life for 28 years and still a part of my life, even though she's not physically present. Same for my mom. And so it's kind of like that missing, that longing. And it's like I laugh because that's how close I am to crying all the time. And it's kind of like one of those things where, I tell people, I said, you can't tell me how to feel because I don't know how to feel. I'm learning as I go. And there's no parent out there that experienced child loss, losing a child in advance. Same thing with losing a parent. You don't experience that until you experience it. Now, you can read books and stuff, I guess, to prepare when it comes to losing a parent, but who does that? People are usually living their lives and embracing what's in front of them and embracing their family members, hopefully. So it's been an interesting week, to say the least. A lot of reflecting, a lot of memories, a lot of just being present for how I feel day by day, minute by minute. I have decisions to make. When my mom and my daughter were here, my daughter worked for my mom. They were partners in my mom's business. And then when my daughter passed away, I became my mom's assistant. And then when my mom passed away, I inherited her business. And with inheriting her business, I just kind of kept flowing with it and going with it. And I'm licensed as her assistant, but I'm not licensed as an owner-operator. So as I go through that process, things are on pause. So I've had time to reflect and time to take a break, which I never did. And it was necessary. So the break came at the time where all these anniversaries are coming forth. And I had to sit in it. I had to sit in it, and I had to do a lot of that sitting alone. And, what most people fear, it didn't break me. But I didn't have a choice. I had to face it. I didn't have any other choice. So I was just sitting here preparing my dinner, thinking about the memorial garden, the gardens that I want to do for my mom and do for my daughter and do for my niece. Thinking about where they're going to go, plotting them, planning them, but best places because I want to consider being able to water them, things like that. And I just decided to hop on and just talk about some of what I've experienced, witnessed, and thought about over the last week. Thank you, for listening. When I talk, I hope that somebody somewhere will find value. At the very least, that there's a grieving parent out there that knows that they are not alone. Because this is a lonely, 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 lonely walk. A lonely walk. And the bulk of it, people can support you and be present for you and be available for you, and that's a good thing. But the bulk of it, you really have to do it alone. Those quiet times. But thank you for listening, and for the subscribers on my channel, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. This is just kind of like a open diary right now. I have decisions to make because, like I said, around the business, I have decisions to make in terms of gardening. I have decisions to make about my life. There's a lot of things that I have to finalize. But I thank you for taking the time to watch my videos and to listen and to, just be present with me. It's appreciated. Thank you.